Hey guys, Steven here back with the FSX tutorial. Today we'll be going over how to do VFR flight planning with SkyVector.com and also how to obtain information that might be able to help you traverse the en route environment of the VFR world. Okay, so today we're going to be using the Denver area once again, my home, where I live, and we're going to be preparing a flight plan to go from Fort Collins, Loveland, from Greeley to Centennial, using SkyVector.com. So first things first, you want to find a quick waypoint across the airport that is going to be easily identified. I'm gonna sneeze. We're good. Okay. Awesome. Say bad sneeze. Okay, but we're gonna find a quick waypoint that we could quickly identify right after we take off, and we could fly to start really following our flight plan. So we're gonna go from Centennial to Cherry Creek Dam. What you're gonna do is right click on this node right here, and we're gonna say, hey, we want to plan Centennial. And what's gonna happen? This little guy is gonna come up right here, and it's gonna have a little box. Do not close out of this box because it is very helpful in keeping track of your waypoints. And then we're gonna click on the Cherry Creek Cherry Creek Reservoir, and we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna plan a GPS point because we don't know where these intersection is for these two intersections are. So we're going to plan that, and it's going to give you a distance. It's going to be almost 5 miles and 2.7 minutes. So then we're going to say we're flying at 7,500 feet, so we definitely want to stay under the floor of Class Bravo, which is 8,000 feet, so we're 500 feet below. So we're going to go up and around to the stadium. There's the little cross here. Put the cross right on the spot where you want it and say, hey, we want to plan that in too, and it's going to give you a nice little leg and a heading. And then we're going to go up, and I prefer keeping it probably about no more than 20-mile legs in between waypoints, and we're going to plan this guy right here. So it's 14 miles, so that's pushing it. I wouldn't go really much farther than that if you're doing VFR flight. Note, guys, that FSX is very touchy on the graphics, and they are not accurate at all. So if you're planning on doing VFR flight planning in FSX, I suggest you don't even try it in the first place, because you just can't simply identify the markers. Since we do, back to the tutorial, since we are following the highway, we're following I-25 right here, I-25, we're going to just follow it up to a NDB, non-directional beacon, and you'll use the ADF to find it, and we'll actually click plan colon NDB. Going to plan it, puts a node on there, and then we're ready to go. So now we're coming up towards Fort Collins. We're going to traverse right across to Greeley. In Greeley, we're going to say, hey, we want to put a waypoint right on the power line right there. Just kind of a little quick reference, see if we can't find a power line on the ground, or right here actually it would be a good spot, is plan it on this little bend of this road. Put it there, and then from here we'll go directly to Greeley, and that gives you a whole flight plan of what you're doing. Since we are predominantly flying to the east, we are using 7,500 as our VFR cruising altitude. Even though we're within 3,000 feet of the ground, we do not have to have a VFR cruising altitude, but I like to have one anyways. So then you put in here, you put in your ground speed in, you could type in, so hey, I want 120. Click enter, let's see, reverse, and then it'll give you current times, but we're going to be flying at 210. Yeah, it'll give us our actual time. So we're looking at about 37-minute flight, and our total distance is going to be 673.6 nautical miles. So now that we got our flight plan, let's go figure out how to file the flight plan. And I'm going to bring up a flight plan, and this is what they're going to show. It's going to have numbered boxes, and you need to put information in all of them. So you're going to circle in VFR because that's the type of flight plan you're filing. You're going to put in your tail number of your aircraft, so I put in November 404 Foxtrot Romeo. And then we're going to put type of aircraft, Cessna 172, so C172 or CE172 with equipment. in the equipment, actually I should probably put / on that, with uniform. So I will try to find an equipment list, and it'll have a whole bunch of options there, but for your basic 172 in Flight Simulator, you're going to be using a 172 with a uniform. True speed of 110 knots, true is what we planned on our flight plan. Destination, departure airport is Centennial KAPA, ICAO code. Cruising altitude 7,500. Right here we have our proposed departure time and actual departure time. I do not have a proposed departure time just because I'm not actually flying this, but you put Zulu time, so I believe that's -6 with daylight savings time on. So you take the current time it is and have that in the 24-hour clock and just subtract it by 6 and you get the Zulu time. Then 8, we have a route of flight. So just to knock out kind of, we're not going to file actual waypoints like we're going to say, hey, we're flying to Cherry Creek Dam. We wouldn't put KAPA to Cherry Creek Dam. We would just put KAPA to FN or Colin NDB to Greeley, just to kind of clean it up, just make it really nice and quick. Because really, you're going to be in radar contact the entire way. So you're not have to really worry about falling out of the sky and no one being able to find you. But for flight simulator purposes, just put Centennial to for Colin NDB to Greeley. Just make it really simple. Then put the actual flight time in, and we'll get to that here in a second. Oh yeah, then destination airport, KGXY for Greeley, Weld County. Estimated time en route is 40 minutes, like we said. And then we have no remarks, and we'll get into that in the IFR portion of the flight planning series. In fuel on board, we have 5 hours worth of fuel. Alternate airports, you do not need to have alternates with VFR flight plans. You do for IFR flights under certain circumstances. You put your inbox 14 pilot name, address, telephone number, and home base. You do that. I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to give everyone where I live and my phone number. Number aboard, we have 1, and color of aircraft is white, and then close VFR flight plan with flight service upon arrival. So the way to find a flight service station, and this is for real world use, not really as much for VATSIM, is you go down here and you go look for under the radio frequencies at the bottom. It has Denver RCO, which is Denver Radio or Denver Flight Service. Remember, the flight service frequency will always be 122.2. And this will allow you to access to general radio, and you could get weather information as well as flight planning information from there as well. But you call them up, say Cessna 1234 with request, and they'll say Cessna 1234, go ahead, and they'll say, you'll say Cessna 1234 closing a VFR flight plan, and he'll say VFR plan is closed, like give us a weather report or whatnot. But this is called, back to the whole thing, this page itself is located in the AFD, which is the Airport Facility Directory. The way to find that digitally, I'll put a link in the description, but the FAA has digital airport facility directories. Click on the state, click the identifier code, and click search, and it'll pull up little options. So if I want to say, hey, I want to fly to Texas, and I want to fly to Beaumont, Texas, which is BPT or something like that. Yeah, BPT. Click search, click view, and it'll pull up your view right here, and it'll give you all the information about the airport. So you have Beaumont Port Arthur Airport or Jack Brooks Regional, and it'll give you all the information pertaining to the airport. So on Centennial, we have the identifier code, the time in Zulu, time zone, so -7 not daylight saving time, so -6 hours in daylight saving time. Longitude, latitude, airport elevations right there. Fuel that's available through here is 100 low lead Jet A. Then you have the runway numbers and runway length. So that's 10,000 feet in 1 foot by 100 feet wide. And it is asphalted as well and grooved. Asphalted and grooved, and then also it gives you that has precision approach pass lights going into 17 left and medium approach lighting systems with rails for 3, 5 right as well. It also gives you a mini airport diagram of what it should look. So it gives you 17 right, 17 left, 35 left, and 35 right, and 1028. Just a little quick little reference. Once again, you probably should just pull up an airport map if you guys remember from my other tutorials. If you guys have not watched those tutorials, I highly recommend that you go back from the first tutorial all the way up to the current one. Gives you a whole bunch of fun stuff, information, remarks, what airports, automated surface observation services, call this phone number, communications ATIS 120.3, and it gives you a phone number, and you could actually call those numbers and get the weather from them. Unicom, Denver radio, Denver approach departure control is right here. Tower 118.9 or ground control 121.8. Clearance delivery, you'll get into the IFR flight portion, which we'll go over. It is airspace, it says Class D airspace. And it just gives you navigation aids like Falcon VOR, Cassian DB, and whatnot. But it's pretty nice featured, just tells you anything and everything about an airport. Same with Greeley, Weld County. You do sometimes have to scroll down because they can be at the bottom of the page. So use the Greeley, Weld County. It just gives you all the information pertaining to that airport. And this should really help you just kind of plan your IFR flight planning. I mean your VFR flight planning. And I hope this helped you guys a lot. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it also gives you your headings to fly too. So 345, like heading at 345, then 298, and this gives you true heading and magnetic, but you always fly magnetic headings, never true. Gives you distances in between and time in between. So if you do, I suggest you time all your legs. So it's pretty nice. This website is called skyvector.com, and it's very, very friendly. If you do need help, there's a help video section up there. You could go click it, and they'll tell you how to navigate this website with purpose. And I will put up the airport facility directory in the link in the description. But I hope this guys helped you guys a lot, and learning how to flight plan for VFR flight plans. My name is Steven, and please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do have any questions or anything, feel free to private message me as well. Leave a comment in the description. And if you do need some more detailed help, I do have a Skype account, and I'm more than happy to Skype with you and help you work out your problems. My name is Steven, and have a great day, guys.